us. Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy Friday.
Greetings. Yay. Hello.
Hey, good
We're here.
morning. Good morning. Good morning. So if you're joining us live, give us a hello. Good morning, everyone. And I'm just going to do this and go here and do that. Okay, so who are we? Happy Friday. We are Anita and Cheryl, all in alignment, coming to you every Friday when we do Feng Shui Friday Live. And of course, we use the personal Paradise card deck from Tara Catherine Collins to get our topic of the day.
And I should travel because I've been too busy
And
talking.
and yeah, and Cheryl always shuffles and
See
gives
what
us
themes come
some.
out. But while I'm working on this, so for the last couple Fridays, Feng Shui Fridays, last couple weeks, we have encouraged you to make a comment, to do this or to that, because we have 4 Empowerography Live tickets to give away. And that is next weekend, the 7th and 8th. I didn't think for a minute. Anita, do you want to talk about that? And then I'll announce 3 of the
Uh,
4 winners.
Yep, I was just finding us over here to say hello and all of that good stuff.
Cool.
Oh, well, look at that. We even have Brad Walsh joining us this
Oh,
morning.
isn't that perfect?
Good morning, Brad. That's
Good
perfect
morning, Brett.
timing.
Yeah, we were
So,
just going to announce our 3 of 4 winners.
yeah, Brad Walsh, along with his partner, Cecilia Temment, are the hosts and organizers of Empowerography Live, which is an incredible online event. This year there are 58, yes, you heard it
Yeah.
right, speakers, all on different panels relating to, empowerment and self-love and breaking through some barriers. And I mean, it's just incredible. Cheryl and I
Yes.
were part of Empowerography Live last year, and we made some really incredible connections, a new community.
Mhm.
It's just a really, it's just one of those fill up your heart kind of things. And we'd love for you to join us. And as Cheryl said, we have 4 tickets to give away. The tickets are $14 US. That
Mhm.
gets you 2 days of all kinds of different discussion panels, empowering speakers. And of course, you can pop in and out whenever it suits you. So, yeah, yay, we have 4 tickets to give away. 3 are already designated, and
Mhm.
we have one still available. So, I think we're just going to say the first person that comments here today in Powerography Live, that they get the 4th ticket. Simple as that.
Perfect. Well, let's
Yay.
announce who the 3 winners are so far. We
Yeah.
have our first winner, Brenda McLeod Grosnick.
Okay.
Brenda.
Yay, Brenda. Oh, just a minute. Just a minute. I have.
Oh, do you have your pom poms handy?
I
Perfect.
do. Yeah. Imagine that. I have them ready from our 21 day. Yay,
Yay,
Brenda.
Brenda. And the second one is Chantel McFarland.
Woo,
Yay,
Brenda.
Chantel. And the third one is Lee Fair.
Lee. Woo. Yay.
Woo!
Okay. And Brad, don't worry, we'll be getting
We'll get you
those
the information.
stuff off to you. Yes, I'm going to see if I can tag them all here.
Perfect.
Maybe Brenda. Nope.
McLeod, MCLEOD.
Yeah, it's not letting me tag her.
Okay.
Maybe. Oh, yes, it will. Just a minute. I see her. Okay. I'll get there.
Yay! Well, while you're getting there, I'm going to talk about the 4 cards that came up. Normally it's
Four,
3,
four
4.
of them.
I had two
Oh,
come out and then two more hit the floor. So we're talking about four, which are very interesting and some of my absolutely favorite topics. And you're going to chuckle when you hear what they are because we were working on some projects. So the first one that came out is number 23, kitchen.
oh
Then,
yeah.
then number 14, gardens.
Oh yeah.
Number 3, color.
Color. Oh yeah, we
And
were just
number 8,
talking about
nature
that.
objects.
Okay. Well, we were just talking about
All of
color.
them,
Um,
except for the kitchen. But yeah, we were talking about doing a project that involves nature objects,
oh
color,
yeah.
and items from the garden. So I think that's
That
pretty
we
funny.
were.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, but I
The
want to
universe.
talk about the
Perfect.
gardens right now first because we have above zero temperatures here this last week, and it is melting and water is running, and it is just when Rod and I were out on a walk yesterday, we were watching. There's a couple places where we go down a pretty steep hills down to what's the area called Boward Ponds here in Red Deer. It's just a lovely spot to go for a walk in. And it was really fun to watch the water. It was something I did as a kid growing up on the farm. And the water finding the path of least resistance.
Uh-huh.
And truthfully, that is probably one of the biggest life lessons we can ever learn. Instead of
Hmm.
butting our heads against and trying to make things happen, just chill.
Just yeah,
Just
and go with the
go with
path
the,
of least resistance. Sometimes it might take a little longer,
yeah,
right? Might
but
take a
there's a
little
reason for it,
longer.
always.
Always.
It's like
Oh,
you don't have to push against the stream. And yes, there are athletes and people that say, well, you'll only get stronger if you row against the water, right? This isn't about building muscle. Yes, that's correct if you want to build muscle. But if you want a little less stress in your life, just go with the flow. Like, hello,
go
nature is our best teacher. How many times do we say that, Anita?
all the time.
All the time. Just look,
All
look
the
at nature,
time.
look at nature objects. So, as we were on our walk yesterday, we had, well, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, the city was doing some pruning. They were cutting out dead wood in some of the trees that we were walking by on this one path. So I stopped and talked to the girl, and one of the trees came down. They had to take it down. So we were chatting about, the health of the tree and why they were taking it down. And then I thought, oh, look at that. There's a whole bunch of little branches on the ground. So on our walk yesterday, because of what Anita and I are planning, Rod and I each came home with bundles of little branches.
Oh, good.
Oh, there's the nature objects. And then, of course, I
Uh-huh.
grabbed a bunch of rocks to go with our projects. So I'm just literally chuckling because these cards are always, we're so connected. We're all connected. And you get a topic going on, and go figure, there comes the cards. I don't know where kitchen plays into it other than we're concocting something. And that's usually the place where we're concocting and creating is in the kitchen. So I don't know. You can tie in the kitchen there somehow, partner.
Well, the like you just nailed it, I think. It is about creating, right?
Hmm.
The kitchen. I mean, that's that it's the hub, it's the gathering place, it's the space that everybody kind of comes together. And think about those I was actually, and maybe this card is for me this morning, right?
Mm.
Our oldest grandson turns 8 today. And so we have a little family tradition. I started with my boys when they were young. So on their birthdays, they get balloons. So they get balloons delivered to the school or whatever. So, anyways, I had to get up early and go get the balloons and go deliver them before this, right? But prior to that, I was, kind of going down little memory lane with
Aw.
him and thinking about all the times, all the memories that he and I have made in the kitchen. I have this little wooden stool that the grandkids, they pull up the stool when it comes time to make cookies or make a cake or make jello or something like that, right? And we have another tradition that I started with our kids. On their first birthday, they all got a teddy bear cake. Okay. So then with the grandkids, they all got a teddy bear cake.
Hmm.
So Grammy made Emerson's first birthday cake, a little chocolate teddy bear cake that was a little too top heavy. But anyways, and so Emerson actually, he helped me make his sister's first teddy bear birthday cake a year ago. So
Oh,
yeah, I mean, I was thinking about those things this morning. So the kitchen really is about making those memories. And I know our friend Brad Walsh, who's, tuning in with us this morning, he is always posting some delicious meals that he's cooking for his family. And, it's about solidifying or anchoring those family traditions,
hmm, hmm,
right? What family traditions are happening, and how are we, anchoring that or spreading that kind of love out into the world, right?
hmm. That's
And
interesting. So I did get a very clear message that I was to pull a card for Brad. So if
oh,
Brad's still with us, the card that came out for you is the number 10 card, Sound Makers. So we're making some sound about you,
oh
friend.
my goodness, we're making sound too. Well, hello, Lynn. Nice to have you join us. Our friend Lynn that we met in California 5 years ago. Woohoo.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
big love.
Um, when you were talking about the kitchen and the family traditions and things like that, that also reminded me of when we had our wrap up for the 21-day decluttering boot camp on Wednesday night. That one of the beliefs that came up very strongly for one of the
Oh,
participants was the obligation that's wrapped around those memories or traditions. So it is a fine line, I really believe, now that that's come to our awareness, that you have joy in doing that. Here's the key. Anita has joy in being the Grammy that started the tradition. But in many families, there's a tradition that the eldest son or the patriarch or the matriarch of the family, when the parents go, gets to deal with all the stuff. And that
mhm.
is not a fun obligation. And now that's piled onto their shoulders. And it is a stress that most people don't welcome. And that's an obligation, and it can be a tradition that needs to be looked at. Because if it's not serving the purpose, and the person, in this case, it wasn't serving our participant, she was so stressed about having to deal with all of that stuff. It's just, it's not worth looking at. Like it is worth looking at. So, yes, yes to traditions if they fill you with joy. If it
Well,
becomes an
yeah,
obligation,
that is good. Because it's kind of like my little tradition, my thing. And
right?
so then, when Emerson grows up, if he wants to choose to follow through with that, great.
Good.
If he doesn't, oh well, it's not
Yeah,
going to be a big deal, right?
exactly.
Um, hmm
Yeah. So
But
it's a
yeah,
fine line in
right.
between taking on a tradition and having an obligation attached to it.
Right. So if there's an obligation attached to us, reach out because Cheryl and I have a process that we can help you go through and we can remove it from 7 generations back and 7 generations forward.
Exactly. Because we do
Uh,
wind up acquiring a bunch of stuff, and it is out of obligation, out of guilt. Those are the wrong reasons to surround yourself with self with stuff, truthfully.
mhm,
So
mhm.
anyway, let's go back to the cards. So do you want to
Sure.
talk about gardens, which fits into the kitchen, nature objects, which fits into the kitchen, or color that fits into the kitchen, or all four at the same time?
Well, color. When we popped on before we went live, I said to my friend, "Oh, she looks so bright today and colorful." And I actually reached for a shirt exactly the same color this morning, and then I decided to do the white instead. So I thought, "Oh, that was kind of interesting." And then she said to me, she said, "Yes, I needed some color today." And so again, it's that awareness that when you're maybe feeling a little bit depleted or you're feeling a little tired or feeling a little meh, hum ho, blah blah, put on some color. Just that little bit of color, that pop of color, just
Exactly.
enlivens you and makes you feel better. And it might be for some people listening to this today that they need to bring in some color in the way of nature objects into their kitchen. Maybe, because we got a couple of months here before we can get our hands in the dirt and do some of that outdoor stuff, but the weather for us anyways right now is feeling really really springy, and so you might be feeling that draw to just, oh, I need something to kind of keep my energy
Up.
up here. So go to your local nursery or garden center and see if there's a plant that you can bring in a little pop of color, just one little pop of color. Bring it into your kitchen, to bring some life force energy into that space because that's what color is. Color is life force energy. And in Feng Shui, we also call it a chi enhancer. Well, what the word chi itself is life force, right? And that chi permeates everything. Everything's connected. Everything, has this beautiful symbiotic energy happening. And that chi is life force energy. So bring in some color, bring in some nature objects. Maybe just, bring in some of that creative energy, because that's again what we were kind of talking about with Cheryl gathering those twigs and rocks and the nature objects. We're actually going to do a creative project. And when you get creative, and Brad gets creative in the kitchen every day, right? When you let those creative juices flow, whether it's with the grandkids or making dinner for your family, and you're just kind of in the moment, then what you're doing is you're replenishing your own life force energy.
I love it.
Mm.
And it's interesting because at the beginning of the week, I started a new little routine for myself. I pull a card from one of my favorite decks called the Language of Light, the Secret Language of Light. And the card that I pulled, and I just glanced over, is the number 40 card, color.
Color. Hmm.
Of
Color.
course it is. That was my card for the week. Like, hello, right? So
Hello.
color is used in healing. It's used in so many modalities. And so often we've been taught that this is a black and white world, and it's not. It's not yes or no. It's not this or that. The color spectrum gives us the variety, gives us joy, gives me joy. I love color. My wardrobe is quite colorful, let's just say. My friend, my neighbor, just come back from Costa Rica. Love my new water bottle cover. Look at the colors in here, right? Keep that on my desk. There's color everywhere. It's and different color has different frequency. So I
We
I love that
also
color came up today. And you're
we
right.
also have our artist friend Dell joining
Oh,
us today.
perfect. Good morning,
And
Dell.
so Dell, she's an amazing artist and definitely understands that whole color spectrum. And when we think about color too, that's where color shows up in nature as beauty. And in Feng Shui, we have three pillars or principles of why you want to learn to practice Feng Shui in the first place. And the first one is safety, right? To have that environment that's safe. And the second one is comfort, right? And the third one is beauty,
Yes.
because nature is always showing us beauty. We had beautiful northern lights here last night, you
Oh,
know,
dang.
color in the sky. And there is something that innately happens when we look at beauty, right? And especially when we see beauty in
In
nature,
nature. Yeah.
it
Well, even a sunrise and a
automatically
sunset.
calms the nervous system and just makes you feel good, right?
Yes.
So,
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And sunrises,
mhm.
sunsets. How many people take pictures of the sunrise or the sunset because they're drawn to it? They're drawn to the energy of the beauty,
Of the colors, the
the
colors.
colors. Yeah.
Mother Nature is, she's got this beautiful canvas and she's always painting amazing, amazing things.
Well,
I
look
don't
at
know
the
how
colors
many.
in the canvas behind you.
Yeah. Well, and how many times have been driving somewhere? I mean, I do it. I pull over and I'll take pictures of the hoarfrost,
Yeah.
or I see the moon something, and I'll take a picture, and it's just to kind of capture that
The
moment.
moment.
And yeah, I'll go and delete it like a few days down the road, but it's just like it's just there's just something, right? There's just something in awe that, and it kind of connects you and to say, you know what? Life is good when we can see beauty. When
Well,
we
I
can,
want to go back to the kitchen before we talk about numbers because it just popped into my head when you think about color in the kitchen, having a variety in your meals. So think about the different colorations in your vegetables, in what you're preparing and stuff. And we tend to be a little heavier eating, my house anyway, during the winter. We want this comfort food. We want to hunker down and but then we get a little lighter as spring comes. So now you're getting into the more colorful salads and veggies and fruits. And look at the grocery store, look at different places for inspiration of color. And inspiration comes in many forms, in many sizes. Anita and I, when we were doing a speaker blitz with Brad, I don't know if Brad's still on here, for the Empowerography Live Summit that is next weekend. One ticket left, so comment below if you want that ticket for us to give away. We got to speak with Robert and Trisha,
yes. Hmm.
and Trisha deals with the rainbow and the Rainbow Children, right? And it's perfect timing. They're not part of our panel, but Trisha is one of the keynotes. And Robert's part of the first men's panel that they've had on Empowerography Live. So it's very exciting that we get to be a part of this next weekend. And there's one ticket left, so you get to comment below
Comment below,
if you
and you
want that
can
ticket. All
you
right,
can
looking at the
hashtag
numbers. Go
You
ahead.
can hashtag replay
Yeah.
ticket as well. Uh, because yeah, it's just whoever says Empowerography ticket, that's who's going to get the next one.
Yep, the
So,
first one, first person. So if you're joining us
ah,
live,
and while you're tallying up the numbers, I just
mhm.
want to say next Friday is the first Friday of the month,
Yes.
where we always do an Oracle card, Feng Shui card reading.
Mhm.
That's always fun. So you can always comment for that. And because we're actually part of two online events next weekend. One of them, of course, Empowerography Live. And then the other one is 40 over 40. 40. And I think we posted some links for that. Anyways, our spot on that one, we are speaking Friday morning in our regular Feng Shui Friday time slot. So we are going to be coming to you live next Friday earlier,
One
one
hour earlier.
hour earlier. Okay. So just think of it as, I don't know.
Kickstart your morning with an oracle card.
Yeah. Anyways, next Friday, we're going to be 1 hour earlier. And then you can pop on and see us in the live summit. And then we're going to be later that day with Brad. And and then we're doing a live in-person workshop. And it's Women's Day next weekend. lots of exciting things happening. So,
Yes, and I realized last night, not only is it Women's Day next Saturday, International Women's Day, Sunday we change time.
oh, I don't like that part. I like the fall back. I'm never a fan of the
That's
springing
exactly
forward.
what my neighbor Donna and I were discussing last
Ah,
night. I was like, ah, dang. Anyway,
yep.
it is what it
Okay.
is. We
We'll
just
worry.
go with
Well,
the flow. Let's go
yeah,
back to
well,
nature. We'll go with
that's
the
right.
flow.
That's right.
So
Okay.
our card totals today equal a 3. And I'll
You know,
always,
I was going to say that. You know why? You know
why?
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 Okay. Because I woke up at 3:33 this
Oh,
morning.
do you
Hmm.
think somebody's talking to you?
Yeah. And so I am very versed in the number three, three,
Well, then
three.
we don't even need to refute
Well,
this.
I think you still can.
Okay.
However, you know, the number three is a catalyst number.
Yes.
It's all about expansion. It's about creativity. It's about empowerment.
Thank you.
And it's about divinity because the masters, it's a master number, right?
Mhm.
333 is a master number, but we think of going back to religion, the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, right? The
Trinity.
mind, body, spirit. It's that Trinity. It's that connection. To guess what? Our life force
Energy.
energy. So again, that color could be a catalyst for you to get back some of your life force energy.
Thank you.
Maybe it's going for a walk in nature. Maybe it's, bringing in that beautiful plant and putting it in your kitchen. It
Mhm.
could be any of those things to kind of tie that all together. That could be the catalyst for you
For today.
today to just connect to your life force energy.
I
And
love that.
I want to hear what
You want
Adirondack.
to what Adirondack has to say? Well, I
Of
always
course.
refer to the double digitology book, Marilyn Harper Joy Roby. And the 3 is so powerful. To begin with, it does not have a strong foundation. It is asymmetrical. It is not in balance. If it were in balance, it would look more like the 8 based upon appearance. The 3 requires assistance to hold itself up. Because the 3 lacks a foundation, they will also rely upon others to help it to stand firmly in its beliefs. The 3 has a rolling bottom, so it can move to something or back from something quite easily and quickly. The 3 is about connecting to the ascended masters, just like my friend and partner talked about. Talent in the artistic realm, being sociable, amusing, entertaining, and entertained, which is what we hope Feng Shui Friday does for you. Yay!
Well, and the other thing about the three, right? If you were to take two threes, and put them together, right? Reverse one
Yep,
and put them together, then you would have the number eight.
8.
And today is my grandson's
Son's
eighth
8th
birthday.
birthday. Nice.
And so again, if we were to take those two threes and put them together, then it also could be that, that is that unseen world, right? So the three is the physical thing that we're looking at right now
Mhm.
in our space. And then you can take the invisible three and put it there together. And then we have that beautiful infinity symbol. And the
Well,
energy
I'm gonna add
is,
one more 3 to this
goes on
because
and on.
today, February, so the second month,
Yep.
the 28th day, so that's 8, 10, 12 of
Oh,
the 9 year
yep.
is 21 equals 3.
A three. You can't make this stuff up. I don't
No, you
know.
can't make it up. Okay, did we have anybody else comment while we're
Uh,
live for that 4th ticket?
Anybody else? Let me just see. I do not see anybody. Yeah. Okay. Nope.
Okay.
I don't see anybody saying Empirography Live. But anyways, we have one more
We
ticket.
have
So
one more ticket to give away, so just type in the chat Empowerography Live, and it is yours if you're the first person to type that in. So, Have yourselves a fantastic week. We will see you next Friday, 1 hour earlier, so 8:30 Mountain, for our Feng Shui Oracle card reading, first Friday of the month. Have a fabulous week. Get out in nature today. Bye,
Hmm.
y'all.
Yeah, up your life force energy.